Hello everyone, welcome back to the next sharing video on Dinh Duy Cuong's YouTube channel. In today's video, I will share with you how to design patterns using the StyleCAD software. First, let's open the design section of the StyleCAD software. This is the StyleCAD software, version 13.5. If you want to install this software service, you can contact me via Zalo at the phone number displayed on the screen. First, we need to select the unit of measurement. You will go into the settings section, then navigate to the free variant option. In the free variant panel, you will choose your unit of measurement, whether it's centimeters, inches, or millimeters. The information and insights I share in this video are only free introductory knowledge. Therefore, it cannot be as comprehensive or detailed as what you would find in the full paid course. After that, we will click OK. So we have finished selecting the unit of measurement. Now we will officially start the designing process. In this comprehensive video series about designing dams using the StyleCAD software, we will learn all about professional dam design. This is the very first lesson, so let's begin with the upstream face. If you want to create a new upstream face, first we will create a basic rectangle. You will hold down the left mouse button on the screen, then carefully press the B key twice. After that, you will manually enter the specific length and width parameters for this rectangle to complete the shape. For example, if you want the length of this rectangle to be 110, and if you want the width to be, say, 20.5, then you will enter 110. After that, you press Enter and then enter the value for the width. Next, you click the left mouse button on the screen and scroll the mouse wheel to zoom in. If you want to see the parameter values, press F7. Yes, F7 allows us to see the parameter values on this figure. That's it. If you want to end the command, then press the spacebar on your keyboard. That will end this command. Now we will start determining the neckline drop and width. For the neckline drop and width, we will determine them by points. If you want to add a point, hold down the left mouse button on the screen and select the Open command. When you see a small square dot, it means the command has been registered. And if you want, for example, if you want the neckline drop to be a certain value, say 7, then just enter 7. After that, move your mouse close to this origin point and left click once, and a point will appear here like this. That's it. If you want to finish command number 7, just left click, and if you want the neck width to be 6.5, for example, then just enter 6.5. After that, move your mouse close to this point, left click once. So now we have a point here. If you want to get ruler-like lines, move your mouse up to the ruler marks up here. Hold down the left mouse button and drag it down here. For example, if you want to place the ruler here, just release the left mouse button. You can drag both horizontal and vertical rulers like this. Next, if you want to determine the shoulder width, just enter the value for the shoulder width here. For example, if the shoulder width is 17.5, type 17.5, then move your mouse here and left click once, and a point will immediately appear here. Please note that in these free tutorial videos, I won't be giving as detailed instructions as in the paid courses. The paid courses are much more detailed. Now let's determine the shoulder slope. For example, the shoulder slope is 3.9. Enter 3.9 first. Then hold down the left mouse button on this shoulder point. Drag it down. If you want to drag it straight down, then hold down the Shift key so you can drag it like this. And then release the left mouse button. That way we've moved this point down here. Next, if you want to determine the drop of the waist, for example, if you want to mark the waist drop from up here downwards, then just enter the value for the waist drop here. After that, place the left mouse cursor near the point up here and click the left mouse button once, and a point will appear here. You can also drag the ruler here to determine the measurement. For example, if you want to measure the waist drop or the hip drop from the waist down, how much that is, then you will enter the value here. For example, the hip drop from the waist down is 20, for instance. Just click the left mouse button like this, and if you want to drag the ruler here, you can drag it like this. Let's continue. If you want to determine the position of the armhole drop, for example, the armhole drop is slanted from this shoulder point down to the armpit point. Let's say it's 15.5. If you want to draw a line, you hold down the left mouse button, press B once, then click on this shoulder point and move the mouse like this. You'll see the number changing at the point where we start drawing, and when it reaches the value that matches your measurement, that's where you stop. Then you right click For example, when you reach here, that's where you need to stop. Just right-click once to finish. Got it? Then to finish, just click again as usual. Now you can move the mouse over this line to delete it, and click on this point up here. Delete this point, so this line of ours will be slanted like this. Then you can drag the ruler line over here. Now let's say you want to draw the neckline. If you want to draw the neckline, you'll do it like this. Here is the shoulder width point. We have the neck width point and the neck drop point right here. Now, if you want to draw this neckline, move your mouse cursor outside, then press the B key twice on the keyboard. After doing that, hold down the left mouse button and drag it over the point at this corner. Next, click the left mouse button on it once again, and it will appear right here as 2 lines for you to curve. Then you will click on this plus sign. Next, hold down the left mouse button and drag it. Now that we've managed to drag this specific line across, then we can see exactly what the neckline looks like. We can just leave it right there in place for now. After that, press enter to keep it. So now we have successfully completed the process of drawing the neckline. Similarly, for the armhole area, if you want to draw it in the exact same way, you do not necessarily need to be concerned or worried about the specific bust point position. Here's exactly how you do it. First press BB, then carefully drag your left mouse button all along this armhole line. Click the left mouse button directly on it, and then slowly drag these 2 adjustment handles. If you do not care about the exact bust point position, you can efficiently and rapidly complete the drawing process like this. You can certainly draw it very quickly like this as well. The line is very smooth, you guys. Just keep pressing enter. Since this is a free video, I'm going to do a quick version like this. But in the paid course, I'll show you how to lower the bust point, how to adjust the width, and how to curve the line for the most accurate result. Of course, the paid course always has to be better than the free one, right? So if you're interested in the paid course, you can visit the website www.dinduycuong.com.vn. After that, you'll click on the Courses button here, and you'll check out the course on software application, specifically the StyleCAD software application course. Click on it so you can see the course content listed below. I've listed the table of contents for all the lessons here, and I've also noted how many minutes each lesson takes. You can take a look, and if you need any advice, you can message me on Zalo at this phone number. Now let's get back to our topic. So for this rectangle of ours, the width is 20.5, and if you want your hip area to be 22, for example, then now you need to raise this point by 1.5, right? You'll hold down the left mouse button and press M. Then you just enter the value that you need to raise it by. For example, if you raise it by 1.5, do you have 1.5 yet? Then you hold down the left mouse button here and lift it up here. It will stop exactly at 1.5. If you want to raise the entire hem area now, you'll hold down the left mouse button and drag like this. Then you enter 1.5 here. Then you'll click on this point, hold the left mouse button and drag it up here. So the entire point at the bottom hem will also move up. There you go. You can also drag the line to connect it here. There you go. As for this L section here. For example, if you need to reduce the L by 1.5, then you also enter 1.5. Then you'll hold the left mouse button here, drag it down here. It will stop right at the 1.5 mark. There you go. Next, let's move on to the next step, okay? For example, imagine that right now you want to create this specific pencil effect. Starting from this hip point and moving down, let's say you actually need to go down exactly 3 units. Then you simply enter the number 3 here and perform a left click. For example, if you want this pencil point to be positioned at 3, you still set it to 3 just like this. Hold down the left mouse button and drag it over here. If you want to drag it perfectly straight, remember to hold the shift key, that way it will stop right at this exact spot. Now, if you want your lines to be smoothly curved, hold the left mouse button and also hold down both the Ctrl and the Alt keys. Then move the mouse over the specific points you want to curve, like this point right here. It will curve. And if you want to adjust this line further to make it more curved, you still use the point command and adjust it, so your line will curve beautifully like this. In the full paid course, I'll explain all of this much more clearly and in much greater detail. And I'll guide you through every single command, exactly how to use each one effectively, and so much more. Are you wondering how to make your digital lines look better, much smoother and far more professional than before? Alright, for example, let's say that right now you want to draw up to this specific vertical dart section, right? To do this, you will first need to drag the ruler line directly to the center point here. Depending on however far you want your vertical dart to be positioned from the center, you simply right-click on this ruler line, then you select the relative highlight option and enter the numerical value you want to move the ruler line inwards. There we go. So now you can see that the ruler line is positioned right here, right? Next, you'll take a measurement for how far down the bus line should be. You will measure from this top line straight down. For example, if the bus drop is 24, you'll measure down like this. After you have done that, you'll draw the center dart line. You'll hold down the left mouse button on the screen and press B. Then you'll left click on the dart apex point and you'll click on the end point of the dart. If you want the dart tail to extend further down, just enter the value for how much longer you want it to be, and then you'll left click right here. Then simply right click to complete the process. Then, if you want to finish up the command, if this guideline is here, you can actually drag it out a bit to make it easier to work, right? I'll move it over here to make it easier for myself. Next, you'll hold down the left mouse button and press B to draw the measurement line for the waist and the hip here, right? This is the measurement line for the waist and the hip. And if you want to determine the width of the dart, you need to mark another point. I'll hold down the left mouse button and press M to mark the point here. Click exactly at this intersection point. And if you want the dart to be a certain width, you'll enter the value here. I'm only drawing half of it, so I'll draw it here. Now at this point, I'll press the B key on my keyboard and carefully draw out the specific dart line in this exact position. And as for this vertical dart, if you are looking to accurately determine exactly where the underbust area is being cinched in to create the right fit, for example, if it's 7 centimeters down from the top, you'll mark the point here. And depending on exactly how much you want it to be cinched in, you will take that measurement and pull it out like this right here. And if you want this line to be curved, hold down Ctrl and Alt with your left hand. Then just hover over this point and your line will become curved. And you can adjust this line to make it smooth like this, right? Alright. Now you want to mirror this pleat edge. First, you'll need to hold down the left mouse button and then press the F key. Next, hold the Shift key and carefully select this specific upper edge. After you have done that, press D and continue holding the left mouse button. Now, select both the start and end points of this pleat center line. Instantly we can see that the opposite edge has been generated. Now, you probably want to draw the side pleat as well, right? So you'll decide exactly where your pleat opening point is. Then you'll draw your line right along here. Still using the B command, draw the line here. There, you draw a pleat edge line here. Once that is finished, the pleat edge goes here. Then, however wide the pleat is, you can draw an arc here as well. You'll hold down the left key and press the letter O. Once you have finished that step, you'll use this point as the center and slowly drag it outward from the middle. For example, if your pleat measurement is 4.2, for instance, you'll have 4.2 right here. There, okay. Next, you'll draw another circle to accurately determine the length of the pleat. Then you will continue by moving on to... Keep holding down the left mouse button and simply press and drag the point where one edge of the pleat is up here. There you go. And now, with the left mouse button held down, press B, you will then draw one edge of the pleat here. Now you will finish this command, and then you'll move your mouse cursor over these arc lines and delete these lines. That way we've created the dart right here. If you want to cut out this dart so we can rotate and transfer it. To rotate and transfer the dart, hold down the left mouse button and press the letter C twice on your keyboard. Then drag over this piece, click the left mouse button and pull it out away. Press delete to remove it. There. And you end this command. And there we have it. So we have now successfully completed the construction of the front bodice of this dress. And this is a free tutorial video. Therefore, there are some commands that I won't mention or explain in detail. If you're interested in exploring paid courses, you can take a look at the courses available on Dinh Duy Cuong's website. In these courses, I will explain the various commands in more detail and guide you on how to design a more professional and polished product. And remember to hit the subscribe button to support Dinh Duy Cuong's channel, because I know that you've watched a lot of videos on my channel but you still haven't subscribed yet. So go ahead and subscribe now to support Dinh Duy Cuong's channel. Goodbye and see you in the next sharing sessions.